217 Recovery Podcast.
If you don't make mistakes, you won't learn.
With your host, Corey Winfield.
You know, there was a reason why that didn't work out. And you can look back at it and go, yep, I'm glad that didn't work out how I wanted it, because I would have been horrible.
Got your ass.
It is the 1st of July, 2026. My name's Corey Winfield.
And I'm Corey Smoker.
I just said that today to somebody. No, I didn't say I was Corey Smoker to somebody today. What up? I'm Corey Winfield. How's everybody doing?
I'm Corey Smoker.
We back. Better than ever. Look at it.
We're in the studio.
Yeah. No, that thing working out because we had talked to this gentleman who had went 4 hours away. Actually turned into way more than 4 hours away, but to treatment, and then it didn't work out there, and we had to, make sure that he wasn't just left outside, because treatment centers sometimes don't care. And we do. We care that it's your kid, that's your dad, that's your son, whoever. I guess the son and kid is the same thing, but we care is the point. And I said that to the guy. I'm like, whatever, God did not want you at that place. Like, I've heard bad things about the place, but God really did not want you there. Like, he went out of his way to make sure you did not get into that place. So take that as God's looking out for you, and now you're at a different place or going to a different place. It's going to be better, more to your speed. At least God thinks so, So I did have to use that line today.
Yeah.
But I did see something else this morning, though. I almost turned around and went back home. I said, I can't keep going. Not just seeing that. Corey Smoker, I saw something I had never seen before in my whole entire life. I saw something you've never seen before. Well, no, I think you have seen this before.
I haven't.
At least the aftermath.
Yeah, the aftermath.
Yeah. So I'm heading out of our condo complex or whatever in Michigan, up northern Michigan. There's just trees and shit everywhere. It's hard to see around the curves and stuff sometimes. So you got to take it slow, and deer shit running out everywhere. So I'm heading out, and I go by the ski lodge, just right by our house. I kind of go around that. And I come up around this bend, is what we'll call it the bend. So you can't see on the left-hand side of the road. You can't really see because it's the bend, So I'm coming up around it, and then as I come in, I see this car. It's on the other side of the road, but not in the other lane, but he's on the other side, under like the ditch, or kind of the ditch, what do they call that, the side of the road? Okay, so he's pulled off on the side of the road.
Ravine?
But he's facing the same way that I'm driving. So if I was driving and it just was like, whoop, I'd just cross over to the lane and just pull off to the side of the road. And then he jumped out, apparently, because he left his door wide open. So I'm seeing the car first, and I see this door open, and then I see more of the picture coming in, and I see the grass, and I see a yard, and I see a man squatting, taking a shit in somebody's yard. Like it was like almost not in the yard, but there was a ditch, So like he was shielded. If somebody was in the house looking out, they would not have seen him. But every car passing by did. Like, why wouldn't he have just squatted by his open door? I don't know. Was he afraid there's gonna be some splashback?
Or maybe he was trying to run for the house. I don't know.
Maybe is there like rules to shitting in by the side of the road, where you don't shit on the side of the road because that's gross? You have to go into the grass.
I don't know. Maybe he thought, like, who knows? When you're in that kind of panic, I don't think you're really thinking.
I thought,
at least from the few stories that I have heard, there's not been any thinking.
Yeah, revisit Bumper Buddies, that episode from February 2025. You'll catch some shit on that one.
It's pure panic is all I ever hear.
Well, I'm driving, and instinct kicks in, which brings me back to my Arkansas days, which weren't good. A lot of drinking going on then. And instinct is, I got to go get a picture of this. Like, I got to go get a picture of this. Like, no one's going to believe me if I don't take this picture. Like, people are going to think I'm making this up. This guy is taking a shit. And he looked like it, too. He looked like, oh my God, I hope nobody sees me. That kind of face. He was making that.
Panic.
I made eye contact with him. I did. I was like, holy shit. And I was like, no, he's shitting. I'm like, oh my God. But how horrible of a day was that just starting out for him? Like, that's just a shitty way to start your day, man. Like, literally, it is.
Well, whether he was starting it out or ending his day, either way, just, that just wrecked his plans.
I mean, there's this stuff I see around the city, and that's why I'm moving out Charter City. It's the stuff I see. I just can't do this anymore. People shitting in yards. And there's on South Garfield, and people that aren't from here are probably like, what are you talking about, Corey? We don't care. But no, just listen to me here because you can help me with this. There's a road in Traverse City, South Garfield. On it, there's some train tracks. It goes by another road called Hannah. Well, these train tracks haven't worked in 200 years or something. Well, I'm having a hard time with the signal, I guess you'd call it, the signal that's supposed to stop people. Hey, there's train coming shit. They took it down, sort of. It's just laying there. And so I don't know, is it free? Did somebody like, hey, we're going to put that up next week and this never came and did it? Because it looks like garbage. It looks like a city that just stopped giving a shit, and I'm like, okay, that's where I live. I'm moving out of here. But I almost sent you last week to go by and start taking pictures of it and then put free and then put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, anybody want a free sign? Because technically it's garbage. It's litter. It's just over on its side, just laying there. Can we scrap it for parts? Because if you just took some trash and left it out on the curb, it's trash. Anything left behind, anything abandoned is garbage. And that to me looks like garbage. So we should go take it. Or at least try to sell it. You have to pick it up.
I don't know, though. Isn't that some kind of crime?
Cleaning up the neighborhood?
Not cleaning up the neighborhood, taking the...
Well, it's garbage. It's laying there on the... It's garbage. It's just laying there. They have a new one up. The other one's just laying there. It's garbage.
But for you and I, Corey, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't stand up in the court of law. I'd probably go to jail. It's probably some
No, legally, I don't see how you could.
Grandfathered...
Unless they have a don't touch, it's not free sign on it. Like maybe we just throw a free sign on it. That's my thought. Throw a free sign on it. Let's do it. Anybody want a free train light that stops trains and people from crashing? That probably doesn't work.
Hannah. Someone could probably make it work.
Yeah, South Garfield and Hannah, just throw in the back of the truck. I don't see nothing saying it's not free. Get that eyesore out of our town. I just don't get it. I don't know. And maybe if the city has a plan, it seems like a better plan than just let it and sit somewhere for 2-3 weeks. Probably longer. I don't know. Just little things.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention, but I'm going to pay attention now.
I don't know. Within 31 days, I don't live in Traverse City no more. I don't care. Whatever, man.
You'll still live in Grand Traverse County.
So? I don't act like I'm moving really far away. I am. I've had enough of this.
Inner city living.
No, but back to my original story here about this guy that had this horrible day. We know that our coworker Mitch has had this day. But what would make you jump out of the car? Wouldn't you just want to keep it in the pants? What would you do, Corey? Right now it hit you.
Right now it hit me?
Yeah.
Sitting in this chair?
Well, then you would probably just leave the room.
Yeah, I would fly out of here. If I was in his situation coming down the hill, I probably would have got out of my car and squatted right by my car in the door. I wouldn't have went where I would have been away from the car and more noticeable.
Well, especially for you because you're a woman. If a guy sees a woman, they're going to stop, and you don't want someone to stop.
No.
That'd be even worse. Some guy coming to save the day, and you're just over there just, it's just, hold on, sir.
Yeah, not a good day. That's what I would do. But, I don't know. I've never had this come on like this. And the last time, though, that I all of a sudden got gut punched was just a couple weeks ago. I was talking on the phone to Renee, and I was like, I gotta go, but I was puking before.
Puking's different. Everybody pukes. Well, I guess everybody shits, but it's that it's a different.
I don't know. When
kind
that
of,
feeling comes on, you have to stop.
Yeah, but when you're sick, you just are like, bleh. It's just, but when you're trying to hold it in, and that's just a whole different. Trying to hold in a poop and trying to hold in a puke are two different things.
Sometimes I just wonder, the people that have all constantly had these shitty days,
shit stomach episodes. Problems. Okay.
So I don't think they listen to the first clue in their stomach. They're we'll just bypass that one, or.
Well, because sometimes this is a fake clue, and this is why I want to do a podcast today too. Because after I saw Homeboy shitting, and I wanted to take a picture of him, I wanted to show the world. I did not take a picture of him. I realized like that's horrible. I wouldn't want that to happen to me, and hope he's okay. But I hope he's not doing a crime and I didn't just miss some evidence. It's still kicking me. I'm like, I didn't have to show it to everybody. I should have just took it just in case. See on next door about somebody shitting in people's yards. I'm like, damn it, I knew who it was. Damn it. Nah, I'll be like, that's Traverse City's problem. Nah, see ya. And then they'll blame me. They're like, it's you and you're leaving. And I'm like, no, it's not. Run some DNA on that. I don't even eat Wendy's.
Oh, man.
Crazy ass. But
Well,
yeah.
what happened to you?
Yeah, so I get to work. And then we're supposed to go somewhere. And my stomach was kind of feeling a little iffy. And I was like, well, maybe that guy threw some kind of voodoo witchcraft on me or something as I was passing. When we made eye contact, he like threw it to me. You know how those movies are? Like, I'm like, oh shit, got me. Like literally, the shit got me. So we go to this daycare to go walk through this place with Marty and the guy who owns it. And I'm not going to go into details on that, but as we're in there and I'm shaking the dude's hand, my stomach's, that feeling of like, uh-oh, you better squeeze him. You better squeeze him just in case. As I'm trying to shake the dude's hand, I'm trying to squeeze and clench the cheeks. Hey, what's up, man? Yep. Oh, can't wait to look around your place. Can we just stand here for like 45 more seconds? Thanks. Just can't move right now. And then it kind of passes. And I was like, and I'm thinking like to myself, like when I hit the door, Marnie's going to look at me and I just got to be like, honey, just trust me. Like I'm running through this in my mind. Like, honey, I just got to go. Then it passed. I'm like, all right, good. So then we go outside and it starts again. I'm like, oh, please. And we get back here to work. I thought it was good. It was not. I had to go make eye contact with you because you were like in the middle of some stuff and like kind of the only one here sort of thing. And I'm just like looking at you like, I got to go home. And you were just like, yeah, you made the eye contact of like, I know exactly what you're going home for. And I was gone.
That's what it was. It was the tone in your voice too. And like, just, I'm going home. There was no deviating questions or answers. And I was just like, see you when you return.
Hey, Corey, I'm going to go home and finish up from there. No, it was none of that. It was like, hey, it was like, I'm going home. And yeah, because I knew time was an essence. I didn't want to be in someone's yard. and the reason why you can have a decent bowel movement here at the office, but the way our office is set up, if you do, the whole office smells like doo-doo. It's between that and microwaving food around here, like it's bad. Like when you have employees that have bad food, oh, it's the worst. But we don't really have any of those now. But yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't a situation where you could just be like, hey, everybody's got to evacuate the office.
Well, sometimes I've been known to send some people home or on some tasks, but that wasn't in the spot because we had a guy we were trying to help. It was just, the only option was for me to hit the road or bomb the office, and I made it. So
sometimes just the comfort of your own home is where you need to be.
Yeah. So his little witchcraft voodoo tried, but it didn't get me all the way. Not like it got him on the side of the road. I just couldn't imagine.
Me neither.
I hope that never happens.
I've been told by Jesse that brings you to a different level of like humiliation.
I wonder when people just start wearing underwear or like diapers as underwear. Or is it when people just start having accidents? Is that not? I don't know because I'm 48.
It probably depends.
But it would. But I mean, is it like, nah, it's 70 now and I just feel like pissing in my, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that goes. I've heard people say it's actually quite nice. No, seriously. Like next time you go to like a baseball game. Well, nobody goes to baseball games anymore. But if you go to an event that's big, a race or tractor pulls or whatever the hell you went to, wear one of those. That way you don't have to keep going to the bathroom. Like if you go to a rock concert, that's another good one. You go to, and I guess it wouldn't have to be rock, but if you go to a concert and you don't want to wait in the long ass bathroom line, wear a little Depends. Since we don't drink, it's not like you're going to have that much in there, but if you're just like, just pee a little bit. My son, he sits in his pee all day. Well, not all day, but I mean, until we change it.
I don't know how I feel about that. Just looking at somebody and be like, yeah, I'm just peeing in my Depends right now.
Oh, you wouldn't know. You'd just be peeing. Like right now, I'm peeing. You don't even know. We're in Depends for years.
I don't know if I could do that.
Right. No, and number one and number two in Depends would be different too, because if you're gonna have that explosive, like what I had earlier, there was no Depend I would have felt comfortable with. It's the same thing with that dude that was out in the yard. There was no Depends that was gonna hold that in. Like,
well,
whatever he was doing.
And that's the other thing that I've been told is like when you got the bubble guts like that and it's gonna come like right now or whatever, they're like, oh no, it's never just little like Lincoln Log turd. It's like everything from that you've been born coming out. Yeah,
it's like there's so much pressure in there. It's just like,
and that's how that's how little kids blow out the side of their diaper, the pressure valve.
Yeah, it's a real thing. That's what I did.
And I think too, is this a little like, a little notch of a life lesson, right? That because karma could have came.
Yeah. Yeah. If I would have turned around and got some pictures, I guarantee you there'll be doo-doo in my car right now. That's the way it works, man. The way it works. Speaking of the way it works, we had a kind of a situation where helping someone to get into treatment was quite the situation. Yeah.
If you're looking for recovery services and having a hard time connecting or making them connections, reach out to us here at 217 Recovery. Request a free recovery coach on our website or call the office. Stop in. We're all here to help make them connections and make it a success for you to get an admission into a treatment.
The best we can, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to call us and use our services. And I was thinking about Phil Mickelson and how he could use our services because all the shit he's in now. And it's not the shit he's in now. Just there was some shady shit he did, and you can Google it yourself if you want. But, I mean, it depends who you are. I would say that that's not the life I want to live or the stuff that I want my son finding out about me. But it all screams addiction. And I know that it's been out in the news. It's been public. It's been made aware that he has a gambling problem. And it makes me wonder, too, how much alcohol is playing in it. Because when his wife got sick, they said he started drinking heavy then. And it's so familiar to me. I mean, I didn't have all that much money. But making bad decisions and doing these things that, apparently he did. He did something else that was even crazier that I'm not going to talk about. Again, Google it, Phil Mickelson. But it's like, people like that, they probably get approached by all these crazy people that just want to take their money. Like, hey, man, I can help you. I can figure it out. And it's just sad, because like those people, and there might be some good ones out there. Just because you charge money for what you do doesn't make you a bad person. Like we have grants that cover our salary. So that's why we can provide this kind of service for people for free.
Well, and I think sometimes, too, it's not even about if the services are free or not. It's just about the level of compassion of us in this field.
Right.
And how far we're willing to go.
Yeah, and I'm not saying free like what we do is like cheap and something. I'm just saying like if somebody's wondering because it's how do you make money? How do you get paid? Nothing's free. Well, no, nothing is free. And we do have jobs and we do have, salaries that pay for it. But no, we're not charging you for your services to help connect you with resources and get you on your feet, to chat, to hang out, whatever. Like, yeah, like those services are free. So that's good. Thanks to DHHS and everybody else for making those grant funding things possible for us and for allowing us to do that. So, yeah, thanks to them. But we doing the work. So if you want, like I said, or like Corey said, the forum for recovery services, if you want to request them, are at 217recovery.com. It doesn't have to be for you. It could be for a family member. It just could be question, how do I get to treatment? We'll help you out. It's very nice. Very simple. I kind of wanted to talk about goals for just a real second before I it kind of goes into the next topic, so we'll just talk about it. 217, that number. Like when it first came out that I was going to do room 217, I was like, who's in room 217? Like that's what I wanted to know was who was in the room. And a couple of guys that I didn't mind, so I'm like, sure. Not that I had a say in it. But when I get to room 217, that's when the things really started to happen as far as like me setting goals. And along the way, we started a podcast and we started a recovery community organization. We became a nonprofit. We take people to and from treatment. We started doing these things. And during one of these episodes of this podcast, this very 217 Recovery podcast, I somewhere said that I was going to make a movie. And then I decided to hold myself to it because, like, why not? And I think when I said it, people laughed, and I said, well, okay. And I took some classes, learned how to write a movie, look, cameras and stuff. I mean, you see it every day, Corey. You know, it's like, it's not just a thing I'm just throwing out there. I'm like, no, I'm chasing these goals down, because there's two types of goals. There's two types of dreams. There's the dreams that, oh man, I want to have a beautiful family one day and a nice house. That's a good dream. You know, and then there's goals where I want to be on the radio. Okay, how do you make that happen? You know, and I didn't know earlier. Well, I guess I did know earlier because I went and got my ass on the radio. But like, there's these goals that people have that some people think that they're too big to achieve. And like, me making a movie, to me, is not unachievable. It's not unrealistic. It's very realistic. And especially at this point, because I have the movie written. I don't know. It's just so crazy that sometimes when you're completing your goals, you're the only one that really knows it. And like, you want to share it with everybody how excited you are, but you can't, because there's really nothing to share. I don't know. It's just a really weird place to be at. And I don't know if anybody else ever experiences that, or if you've ever experienced that, but it's just kind of like, and I wrote a song about it too. It's called Merrily, if you want to listen to it. Which I guess could lead me to the next part, is the Parker Beckett stuff that I was working on, which I didn't want to talk about, but I think I should, just for the fact that, just because it's not done to my satisfaction yet, because I want everything to be perfect before I start telling the whole world about it. Like, I've told some people about it, and sometimes I think more than I should. But then I'm like, no, because like, these people are people that are either close to me or would understand a little bit about my story, because the songs, I wrote them all. I didn't sing them, but I wrote them, and they're published. I released a whole album. So you can find it on any streaming platform. You can buy it even, I guess. I don't know. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Deezer, YouTube. And we made the music video for Bubblegum Tuesday, which was good. And I found that was different. I wanted to make a video, because the song Bubblegum Tuesday is kind of sad. And I wrote that when I was thinking about my son and something that happened with my father-in-law, in a situation where I could see he forgot something, and he's older. And I started thinking, like, how much of this am I going to remember? You know, little Parker running around, and, you know, his little cute little smiles that he throws at me. Am I going to remember that in 10 years, in 20 years? And yeah, I have pictures, I have videos, and I take a lot of them. But am I going to remember that? So I kind of put that all kind of together in a song. And I wanted to go through my whole family history, photos and videos and stuff like that, and like go through and like make a video like that. But then it kind of hit me like, this is my song. I wrote this. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would these be videos of me as a kid? This isn't my dad's song. This is my mom's. This is my song. So it should include my son and my family. And then my dad came for Father's Day, and I felt like such an asshole for doing this, but I did it anyway. As I started filming, and I didn't film with my camera. I just did it with my phone. And like, I could feel people looking at me going, he's not even enjoying Father's Day because he's over there filming it. And I felt that, you know, but I still did it anyway. And I put it together, and I made the video, and now it's cool. And it's something that's going to be there forever. Father's Day 2026 is now the music video for Bubblegum Tuesday. Like, how cool is that? I don't know. Like, just doing stuff like that and being able to do things and say you accomplished them. And I didn't do it for somebody in LA or Hollywood or anywhere else. I did it for me. I did it for my grandkids that I probably will never meet. You know, like, that's why I did it.
Or even for your dad.
Yeah. You know, and yeah. And
for Parker, you know, I think we were talking about that the day that you showed me the video, or on that Monday, about, I said, you know, your dad's getting older as well. And this is going to be something that Parker, a video that he'll be able to have forever of his grandpa and his dad in it, and his mom. And I believe even your stepmom was in there.
Yeah. Stepmom Pat was in there. Yeah. And that whole, I went down to the whole deep, dark, depressive thing, because I took some medication for ADHD. And they told me I can stop it whenever, which is not the case. You can't. No, there's side effects, and I'm stupid for believing them when they said that. There wasn't. So I took it for a few weeks, and then I didn't. And I took it for a few more weeks. But apparently, when you take it, when you first start it, and when you get off of it, you have like if you have any kind of lingering depression issue, which I got issues everywhere across the board, it amplifies it. So it was not a fun place for me. But it got me into this deep, dark place where I could write some deep songs. And I started thinking about my grandfather, and that's a song called Run It Straight. And I started thinking about Ty Cobb, and I kept thinking about Ty Cobb. I'm like, why am I thinking about Ty Cobb? And I'm a big believer, like, in angels and guardian angels, stuff like that. And the whole 217 thing, which the person who came up with angel numbers, and I was like, oh, that was all bullshit. I was just making that up. Don't believe any of it, but I still do. And I don't know. It's just something about, I think all of that kind of came along with this whole Ty Cobb thing. And I'm like, okay, is it something like, who would I have, like, was it my grandfather? Like, I didn't really know him. Would he have liked Ty Cobb? You know, and I started looking that up, and then I started talking to my dad about my grandfather more. And just hearing the stuff that I heard about him, it just makes me so sad. You know, he was an alcoholic, I guess, and he died when I was 12, and I didn't even know him, you know, because the family kind of didn't want anything to do with him. He burned down every bridge. He ruined every relationship. That's how they looked at it. But it was his drinking. And they said he was a different person when he came back after World War II. Who would have thought? Yeah, he got shot over there, and he came home. And when you came home, you were the hero, man. Like, and they just won the war too, you know. And well, they didn't just win when he got shot, but he comes home, so he's a hero. The war ends, he's still a hero, you know. So like, people are just giving him beer, free liquor. He doesn't even have to work for a year when he comes home, because that's like the military thing. Like, they pay you, so you have nothing to do but just get drunk and not heal your trauma. I mean, that was a effed up war, like that. That would have been, and to not get the help that he needed, and to just be told, like, hey, man, pull your boots up and just get out there and go back to work. And you just, I don't know, like, it's crushing to me that he had to go through his whole life like that. And like, he didn't have that chance to heal. And
like, I couldn't only imagine, like, you can't unsee some of that.
No. Mm-mm. No, yeah, it's just horrible, you know, to think that he had to go through his whole life like that. And then the fact that he didn't even meet his grandkids, and it was alcohol, you know, like that's what kept it. And when it was introduced to him, you know, and back then too, you could drink whenever dad wanted to take you down to the old bar to say you were a man, you could belly up to the bar and drink then, you know. So there was no, it's not like today, obviously, but it makes me sad.
But even back then, like, there wasn't the services that there is today, or it was, if, you know, you talked about alcoholism, it was, you were shh.
Yeah. I don't know. So I think about stuff like that. And when I was writing this album, I thought about stuff like that, and just really how sad really it is, you know. And sometimes when we start blaming our parents for stuff, we need to stop the tape and just go, well, what resources did they have, and what were they being told at the time? Because nobody's perfect. And we're getting a little bit better, but we're also at the same time getting a little bit worse. So, you know, where's the happy medium? And I think it just boils down to exactly what you did with the gentleman who needed help. It was just help him. You know, like, we need to go that extra mile because other people don't.
It's just having compassion, I think.
Yeah.
You know me. That's kind of my MO. Like, I see where you need help, and I'll sit down and we're going to figure this out, and I'm not going to stop until I have a result. A safe one anyways. Yeah. It's not always the one that is desirable or that is perfect, but, you know, I'll make the phone calls and knock on the doors and keep calling until I can at least get some kind of resolution for the client, for whoever.
Yeah. So just leaving people just out in the cold. Oh, see you later. Enjoy the streets. Anyway, that was a little podcast. Hopefully you have a great 4th of July weekend. That's how they say it down south.
Yeah, be safe. Cherry Fest is starting this week. Chaos, traffic.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Well, enjoy Cherry Fest.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen to over 900 episodes on the 217 Recovery app. That's free in your app store or online at 217recovery.com.